Sega.
There we go. Ahoy everyone and welcome aboard. I'll be your captain, Hillyan, today, along with...
Faithful Lieutenant Brother Drakir at your service.
And welcome to our first stream of Warhammer 40k, Dawn of War. And yeah, somewhat fittingly, this game is a bit temperamental when it is forced to play in windowed mode. For one, it'll only work in 4:3 resolution, so that's why we have the sidebars. And yeah, I also changed up the background a bit, but I forgot to change everything in the pre-scene, of course. so that's why it was a bit misaligned.
You guys kind of forgot me in the introduction.
I was actually thinking that he forgot you.
And yeah, we're having an extra guest star today, Rom Royal. So how are you doing today, huh?
And I don't know, I guess in the grand scale of the 40K, I'd be private first class Rom of the Imperial Guard.
All right.
So I guess for the streams, if I do show up, I might as well have the Imperial Guard helmet on.
Okay.
Oh, that's gonna be fun. And here, for you want to do that up as a space wolf.
That'll be a lot easier than trying to get something on Drakir because of the angle he's on. Makes it a bit awkward to put things on his head, but with you facing forwards, they'll help a lot. Yeah, this was actually the very first interaction I ever had with the Warhammer 40k series and just Warhammer in general. So my first perceptions of this game were a bit misaligned with how things really are. But yeah, let's actually start the game. We don't... should we do the tutorial or shall we just skip it? Because it is a bit long, seeing as this is a real-time strategy game.
Actually, no, play the game.
I'm okay skipping it, since I don't think they have story in the tutorial.
Yeah. Also, the approach here keeps changing. Excuses are the refuge of the weak. Oh yeah, let's get started. Always appreciated that they let you continue from the from the loading screen on your own. We've had multiple times where there are loading screens with actual text and such, and there's zoop, skip right past it.
Let it fall.
Welcome to 40K, where there's only war. Can't even have breakfast without somehow winding up in at least 3 different conflicts.
Hold the line! In the name of the Emperor, you will not falter! We can't hold! Run for your lives! Cowards! You will fight, or you will die.
Yeah, these cutscenes are happening in-game, so it'll be a bit awkward here and there. Especially with all the call-outs.
I am Captain Gabriel Angelos of the Blood Raven's 3rd Company. Status.
My lord, forgive me. We have done all we can to stop the orcs, but we have failed. My men's lives are yours.
You stood your ground in the face of the Emperor's foes. You've done your duty. If your men have failed you, I will leave their judgment in your hands.
Thank you, my lord.
I am not here for your thanks. This port must be held if we are to maintain troops and
Oh my
supply
god, I
lines
just
to the
remembered.
planet's
Y'all know
surface.
the
That is why
meme
we
about
are
the
here.
Blood Raven?
Now, what of the wounded and the civilians?
Stranded. We have few ships.
Then you shall have more. All Blood Raven flights execute Protocol 23 and initiate civilian evacuation. We will dispatch the ground forces.
Yes, my lord.
Ground forces, my lord. But the orcs have retreated.
You must know your enemy to defeat them, Colonel. Orcs only retreat to regroup. They will keep coming until you, or they, are dead.
And hello there in chat, Glacier Boy and Bergmac. How are you two?
Brothers,
How the two of you doing?
let us destroy this alien filth.
Yeah, the meme that Ram was alluding to spawned from Dawn of War 2, which we will play after this. I have tried out the expansion Winter Assault, and honestly, I did not enjoy it that much. Might be that I'm a lot more biased with this game, though.
As the stronghold, our frontline battle headquarters is currently being assembled. We should proceed with caution until the enemy must be nearby. Together to victory!
Okay.
We stand ready. Onward to glory!
I'm pretty sure this wasn't the first game where you actually control squads.
The stronghold is complete. We must now set about establishing a proper frontline base.
I'm pretty sure this wasn't one of the first. I'm pretty sure this wasn't the first game where you actually controlled squads instead of individual units. But I do think it was one of the earlier ones.
Oh, that even one earlier, but it's very old.
We need is a chapel barracks. Today will allow us to call down more Space Marine squads.
Ah.
Well, I was thinking about Warhammer Epic,
Okay.
Excellent.
and that was
The
in
chapel barracks is
96 or
finished.
something.
Now you can build some more Space Marine squads.
Okay, we have our HQ, we have our builder units, we have our barracks units. So let's make some more Space Marines, set the spawn point here. Let's see.
My captain, I think the orcs has infiltrated the chat.
If we are
It
to
looks
defeat
like
these
it.
orcs, we will need to call in some special weapons.
Or,
We
you
must
know,
build an armory to get
the
access
wars
to them.
ain't up under armor.
Okay.
My
You know,
faith is my shield.
Marine squad
I-
deployed.
Yeah, no, I don't really see myself winding up as a Space Marine. The best I can turn into is just get drafted into the Imperial Guard,
On alert,
and
brothers.
try to survive
The
as
enemy
long
must
as I
be
can.
nearby.
Probably, yeah, because, well, this is not a nice world in the absolute slightest.
Start capturing strategic points.
Okay, it looks
These
like
three
we,
closest
yeah,
strategic
it looks
points will
like
do for now.
they were
Let us
just doing
capture them
the
first,
tutorial
and then
in the
move
missions
on
as
to the
well.
others.
Always
If I remember
nice.
correctly, Winter Assault is when the Imperial Guard
Armory
are
is operational.
introduced
The
as a playable
Space Marine
faction,
squads can now
and
upgrade their standard
you
bolters
can
to
also play as
flamers and
them
heavy bolters.
in Dark,
Marine squad deployed.
in Dark
The
Crusade,
Emperor
and Soulstorm.
protects. While the enemies of the
Yeah.
Emperor still draw
Okay.
breath, there can be no
I think
peace.
this is the only campaign I actually done to completion without cheats.
Building a plasma generator will supply us with the power we need to keep our force going.
There. You work on this. Yeah. We have our resources here. The requisition we get from capturing points like this and building structures on top of it. Energy, well, we get from generators like that. And yeah, let's let's check chat. Glacier Boy, we's waiting for a good crumping. Orcs is the best. The fightiest. Smash the red humies, smash the puny humies. Blood for the blood god. Sounds like there's a chaos infiltrator amongst there as well.
Orders. Orders received.
I mean, that's like
Plasma
chaos.
generators will continue to produce
Okay,
power
that's
at a
like
constant
every
rate.
week
But there
in,
is a
like,
limit of how many plasma generators
I don't
can
know,
be
this
built on a
garrison,
stronghold.
we're lucky enough that we haven't
your order?
completely falling over.
Okay. We have a
I think I
maximum amount of
misheard
units
Rom.
here. Yep. Oh, ow.
Today, the enemy shall know fear.
I was totally having hearing him
While
doing
the
the over
enemies of
the
Emperor
game a
still
lot
draw
of.
breath, there can be
Did Rob say call Chaos Marine Weebles?
No, I said no. No, when Hillyan basically made the joke about
We stand
a
ready.
Chaos Infiltrator, I basically said that happens like every other week in this garrison.
Oh,
He does have a point. They pop up like freaking mice everywhere.
Today,
But
the
yeah.
enemy
those
shall
are
know
orcs.
fear.
We have a maximum amount of units that we can fuel at the time. Same for vehicles, which we'll get access to later in the game. Servitors and Space Marine squads take up those, of course. Space Marines take up 2. Servitors only 1. And yeah, it's a good idea to keep at least one servitor chasing after our forces to build these listening posts on these points so that they can't be easily recaptured. Enemies will still first need to destroy the listening posts, and only then can they capture it.
While the enemies
let's
of the
see.
Emperor still draw breath, there can be
With our main character here, Gabriel Angelos, I attached him as a leader to this squad, which I actually forgot you could do for the entire time that I was replaying this mission, this campaign, to just make double sure that everything worked. Which you have him here. We can also detach him, but he gives a boost, I believe, so best to keep him in. Now, these squads, they come out with 4 standards. You can add another 4 to them, and you can also give them special weapons. And it is always a good idea to keep a squad maxed out, or to have a squad maxed out before you do send them in.
While
Okay.
the enemies of the Emperor
Also, something that's nice in this that I haven't really noticed in too many other games is when I select all
This
here,
day shall be a
the servitor
glorious
doesn't
one
get
for the
selected.
Imperium.
So you don't accidentally
Today the
send
enemy shall no
a
fear.
you don't accidentally send your builder units out into battle.
That is nice.
Okay.
I just realized why I've been stuck in darkness. Okay, so I basically
My
wiped
faith is
out
assured.
most. I think I
We
got
shall
rid of
know
the
no fear.
fort, but there's one section they're still on.
Okay.
And the problem with that section is
Yes, Lord.
you basically don't have a base to spawn in. You just have the units you've got, and you gotta go and take down an entire base.
Initiated.
And the
At
thing
your
is,
command.
the main reason I do that is because because that section has a bonus where you
While
can
the
apparently
enemies of the Emperor still
create,
draw breath, there can be
if you
no
spawn in an
peace.
area with no starter base, you actually do have a bit of a struggle.
Okay.
My time shall hunt down
It's
the
literally the only reason I need that.
They must have a base
You
somewhere
don't
within
have
the walls of this Imperial facility.
Just,
But where?
like, I have a few tanks.
And
Vaguely,
And look there, a break in the
no
spaceport's
idea what the
defensive
fuck I'm
wall.
doing.
They must have blasted their way in. We must destroy
sorry
this
if the
orc
game
camp
keeps
and
talking
any
over
others
you.
that foul creatures may have
But
constructed.
it is a very
Well
chatty
done.
game, of
We've
course.
captured several strategic points. Capturing strategic points and building listening posts on them earns us more requisition resource, which we can use
Yeah,
when we
it looks
build
like this
squads and
isn't
equipment.
actually affected by the voice volume, so sorry about
Excellent.
that.
This orc camp has been destroyed. My faith is
And
my
yeah,
shield.
this level is basically a secondary tutorial, so another reason why they won't shut the hell up.
Protects.
Yeah. Gonna check here. Back. Where's my hair squig? I'll explain what that is. And from Glacier Boy, again, drink here. Wants that helmet? Give me that snazzy helmet. That's my helmet now.
Protected from an orc retaliation. We should continue to build listening posts on all our captured points.
Okay.
This day
When a
shall
group
be
is
a
capturing,
glorious
when
one.
the squad of units is capturing, if you move them away, it will stop capturing. So
This day shall be a
yeah, it's
glorious
better
one
to
for
push
the
ahead and leave a squad behind to capture than to try and stick around.
Those Imperial Guardsmen look like they could use some assistance. Come, brothers, make haste. Our prayers have been answered. Here come the Space Today, Marines. The enemy shall know fear.
So let me just make this an assigned team, number 1, so I don't have to keep selecting them all the time.
Guard. It is time we started acting like it.
Okay. We have our objectives here. Let's see, destroy the orc camps. Secondary objectives are completely secondary and optional. So we won't be doing those because some of those can be really freaking long and annoying to get done.
I await your.
Yeah, like you don't do the easy ones.
Yeah.
I exist to serve.
But for
I should
now, at
probably explain
least-
what a hair squig is. Orcs can't grow hair. No one can go the red skin and squig.
Enemy is attacking.
I forgot what the only tiny one's called. Not least. That's the one. However, if you see an orc with hair, it's not his hair. It's a squig.
Okay, so they have a bunch of squigs here since all of these have hair.
Yeah, it's an actual squig that's biting onto the skull.
Okay, let's give these units some. Let's give these units some extra, some special weapons by giving them some heavy bolters, which are well basically the large machine guns of this world. As you can see, one of those is carrying that around. I'm just going to keep giving them attack to here commands, so they will keep moving forwards. Heavy bolters do more damage, but they take a moment to set up.
Remember
As you
correctly,
can see,
they're basically the LMG.
yeah, that's what I said.
Bolters, which, well, yeah, you already mentioned that. But, like, the bolter's already like a big fucking round that fires and explodes. So
This
Yeah.
bigger
day shall
bolt
be
is
a
like,
glorious
go
one for
fuck
the
yourself, I
Imperium.
guess.
Yeah, because these weapons that they're firing, these Space Marines are like 7-8 feet tall on their own, and even their most basic weapons are could be considered above 50 caliber rounds.
The bullets all literally the size of beer cans.
Yeah,
Actually,
and they
fun
have
fact-
explosive rounds.
That is true. Actually, I got bored. Well, I didn't really get bored. That led into that. More like it wound up happening. Basically, a guy talked about the chances of Aelus's Spartan would have
Beware the alien.
against a Space Marine from Warhammer 40k, and he pretty much commented that the Spartan's Mjolnir armor could probably tank a bolt around.
Attacking as ordered.
Maybe
Probably
one, but
one.
not several.
Yeah.
Not really.
Basically, Warhammer 40k is pretty much built on rule of cool to a degree, and because of that, everything is just fucking ludicrous.
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath.
At your command.
Okay, also something to note is that there are no difficulty settings with at least this game.
My faith is my shield. By my command.
Okay.
Attack!
And yeah, I've equipped 2 squads with heavy bolters now and 2 with flamers, or they should be getting those soon enough. Flamers are a lot more up close and personal, of course.
Glorious one for the Imperium.
Heresy.
You 3 take a peek here, because I do think we need to destroy each and every single orc base and building on the map to actually be able to
This
win.
orc camp has been destroyed.
Okay, that's enough, it seems.
They gotta go mute.
Alright?
There's work to be done.
Okay.
Fear denies faith.
No research thing. Okay.
Is it gonna shut shut here? Look at that humans roaming around. Stupid humans.
While the enemies
What
of
do you
the
mean
Emperor
they do
still
that there?
Okay. The shields above these units' heads means that they are in cover, which means that they get damage reduction against ranged attacks. But, well, the flamers will smoke them out.
Regroup.
Orders received.
Okay. You are done there.
Magnificent One.
Go build that outpost.
Today the enemy shall know
One thing that
fear.
is really important with this game is just escalating your resource income, because you're more likely to... Basically, the one who makes more resources wins. Because it means more units,
Advance!
more advanced research, and, well, it'll just give you more to throw at your enemy in general. So it is good to turtle up a bit, but you do want to keep
We are
pushing
united
forwards more
in
and
his
more
service.
to at least have a good amount of precision points captured. And there's one over here. But our main objective is forwards.
The enemy must be nearby.
Okay.
Ready.
You go
While
forwards,
the enemies
the rest
the
of you
Emperor
move
still draw
past.
breath, there can be no
I believe
peace.
the red line here shows how far away they can attack,
My aim shall not
or their
falter.
attack range, simply put. Okay. Oh, one squad lost a Marine.
I just noticed the signboard signboard with WOG.
Yeah, these are their WOG towers of the orcs. Okay. Also, something I like is that these borders around the units tell what kind of weapon they have. Red means that they have flamers. Blue means that they have heavy bolters. So that makes it easier to tell squads apart. And yeah, let's have a little look. Flamer upgrades one member of the squad to the indicated heavy weapon. Handheld flamer, short range, effective at breaking enemy morale. Enemy morale is like a secondary health bar, you could call it. When their morale gets broken, their combat effectiveness just plummets like a freaking rock. So it would be better to retreat any units that have their morale broken, because they're going to be a liability.
Oh god, I remember a glitch from, I didn't see it, but I remember reading about a glitch from, I think it was God of War 2.
That's the last of them. Well done, Blood Ravens. Victory is ours.
And there we go. This was pretty easy, but in some missions we're going to have to really hunt around for everything that we need to kill.
I'll wait until the cutscene's over for me to mention what I found.
Okay.
I am honored to be in the presence of a librarian. I wish to know how my men can better serve you. We shall wait for the captain to finish his prayers. I saw you stand against the orcs. You are a brave man, Colonel. I wish I could say the same of your men. I shall strengthen their resolve, my lord. See that you do, or we shall do it for you. You have something you wish to say. Say it, Colonel. How did you know? Even without my psychic gifts, it is obvious. Speak. Is it true your company eradicated a heresy on the planet of Cyrene recently? An exterminatus, down to the planet's last man, woman and child? Colonel, your company is welcome, but such questions are not. Do not ask the captain about Cyrene if you intend to remain in his good graces.
Hello there, Foofy.
The Colonel wishes an audience with you.
Thank you, Isidore.
My lord, my Tartarus 37th Imperial Guard Regiment stand ready to serve you in protecting the city. They wish to make amends for...
They will have many opportunities to prove themselves warriors worthy of the Emperor. The Blood Ravens are leaving the city. Its protection is in your hands.
I will ready my men. May I ask what your next course of action is?
Orcs only respect strength. I intend to show them that we have it in ample supply.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so
Excellent.
basically...
Oh, come on.
This orc camp has been
Gabriel.
destroyed.
And I fucking speak.
There we go.
Thank you. Okay. Okay, so from what I can remember, there was a glitch in Dawn of War 2. If I remember, it was basically one of the units you got was an Imperial officer. I don't remember the fucking names, but basically one of the things they can do is execute one of their own men in order to improve morale. Figure out the logic behind that. And because of a glitch, if the Imperial officer is the only person left standing, then in order to improve his own morale, he'll shoot himself to improve his morale.
Okay. I'm thinking you mean one of the expansions, probably Retribution, since you can play as the Imperial Guard in that.
It was probably Retribution, but it was also in like the QA testing. Like they found that out early on, so it's not likely to show up in the regular game. But it is still funny that that's just a thing they ran into.
Yeah.
A damn concerning bug.
Let's see, Foofy. Or I can tell a small difference in the new screen change stuffs. I'll be here, but I'll be doing some cleaning. Okay. Thank you for being here all the same. And, I don't... Did I say it already? But this game is a bit finicky, as in if I alt-tab away from it for a bit more than a... Well, if I alt-tab it, and I don't alt-tab back to it in a few seconds, the game will crash. So, yeah, its machine spirit is a bit finicky. So that is why I also couldn't change the things on the pre-screen during the pre-streams bit.
It's held together by duct tape and the will of the Emperor, which is a bit of a problem because I don't really believe in the Emperor. I'm the world's strangest agnostic. In the world where that's probably not a good idea.
Yeah.
War Journal of
I
Captain
hear
Gabriel
heresy.
Angelos. The situation on the planet Tartarus is grim. While the Blood Ravens crushed the main Orc offensive at the spaceport, the bulk of their force is not engaged. They gather in the wilderness, awaiting a critical mass of bodies that will overwhelm the Imperial forces in a green wave of death and destruction. The Blood Ravens will not allow this to occur. Orbital monitoring has detected an area in the southern forests where the Orcs appear to be massing. Orcs only respect strength, so they will look to the largest of their groups to lead them. We will insert a small, covert strike force to eliminate these Orc leaders and destroy any encampments where the Orcs might mass. This should cut to the heart of the Orcs' fighting spirit and delay their inevitable counterattack. We must tread lightly, lest we disturb this slumbering beast.
Okay, I like this quite a lot here, because this is just a camera flying through the actual map, like it's a servo skull that's flying around, and we'll get introduced to those things here as well. So let's start. After a quick loading screen.
You have your orders. Now go. And may the Emperor protect you.
I do not care for all this sneaking about.
I know, old friend. You always have preferred the direct approach.
We have the Imperial Guard. Why not send them into battle instead of treating them like glorified shepherds? If we meet the Orcs in force, they cannot possibly stand before us.
We have fought the Orc 100 times before. They thrive on war. A direct assault on them would likely improve their morale, and simply attract more of them. The casualties would be enormous.
What are the Imperial Guard for if not to die for their Emperor? At the very least, we should retain a regiment to remain at our core. We have little support this far out. We would not want to be remembered for our carelessness.
We, old friend, or me?
We are brothers, Gabriel. You know better than to ask that question. I know what this is about. There was nothing you could have done to save Cyrene.
Do not mention that place again, Isidore. Cyrene was my homeworld. My responsibility. Scout Team 3, do you copy?
Yes, my lord.
The local Imperial waterworks has fallen into Orc hands. If we are to reclaim this area, we must first retake this position. Scouts have infiltrated ahead of you and will assist you in your reconnaissance. If things prove to be more than you can handle, reinforcements will be mobilized to assist.
Getting into position.
Was it just me, or did they just slide in to the right there?
Maybe.
Okay, yeah, now we get introduced to the Scout Marines, who are, well, one of our scouting units.
This area is crawling with Orcs. We should infiltrate to sneak past them. Do not get too close, or we may be spotted.
Okay, that last bit isn't entirely true, but we can, and really should, enable infiltration.
Your Scout Marine squad is now invisible to all enemies except for commanders. Keep in mind, though, if you are attacked, your invisibility will be broken, and some time will pass before you can utilize it again.
So,
Yes, my lord.
we can just send these guys through an enemy squad and they won't react at all. Also, it is very good, it's very smart to keep your scouts on the ceasefire stance here. Because, well, like you said, if they attack, they will get spotted. And, well, since they are scouts, they will get absolutely slaughtered. So, let's just move on. Here we have some other extra scouts. These are equipped with sniper rifles.
Guarding a strategic point. Scout Team 2 is upgraded with sniper rifles.
Scouts
They will make short work of
Scouts
these
awaiting
orcs.
orders. Scouts in position. At your command.
There.
We will move ahead.
And, well, sniper
Mark
rifles
any
are
enemy
what you can
positions.
expect to be.
Search commencing.
So,
Scouts ready. The
Fire
enemy
at
is in
will.
our sights.
they take a bit to set up. Turn them off to ceasefire. They won't attack whilst they are they won't attack whilst they are
We will take them down from here.
stealth like that.
Lining up our targets.
But yeah, sniper rifles, high range, high damage, but slow fire range. Effective against infantry and breaking enemy morale. Okay.
Scouts ready.
Might as well double up their numbers.
Secure position. Scouts ready. Yes, my
Okay.
lord.
Move forward, capture the
Getting into
point.
position.
You probably say this. Before a Space Marine is a full Space Marine, they are scouts. This
Yep.
means they don't have not gotten all
Scouts
the
awaiting orders.
special organs yet.
Yeah, all of their implants. It takes a lot of work to turn a human into a space marine. And yeah, even even with all of that work, there are a lot of them that don't survive. And I'll leave most of the explaining of that stuff to Drakir, since he knows a lot more about it than me. Like, most I know of Warhammer 40k comes from some of the games I've played and watching lore videos. And Drakir has been doing that a lot longer than me.
At your command.
You have me,
Search
you have
commencing.
Glacier Boy,
Gathering intelligence.
you have Matt Burger, and there's also my friend Goose Hound,
Wait for them
who is
to
only
pass.
but combined in today's salary.
Spy. On patrol.
Okay, what happened
On patrol.
there?
Scouts in position. Scouts awaiting
Okay.
orders.
Oh, I think I see.
Yes, my lord.
Yeah, they dumbasses were off their whole fire stance. Okay. Let's see. Fufi, this game looks like an older one. Yeah, this game is from the 2000s. Space Marine animals, Space Marine fish. Okay.
Scouts advance.
What?
Okay, let's not capture that under that watch line.
Move ahead.
Oh,
Any enemy positions.
I realize what happened. That's a commander. Dude.
Commencing infiltration.
So yeah, they will get spotted if he gets close enough.
Gathering intelligence. We will move ahead and mark any enemy positions.
Okay. Yeah, whilst we do that, you can identify if something is cover by just mousing over it. As you can see here, there's no cover down here, but there is on the sides and the bushes,
Move ahead and
which
mark
is light
any
cover
enemy
to
positions.
deter slightly less damage from ranged attack and regain morale faster. Okay.
Yes, my lord.
Does not affect non-walking vehicles,
We'll move
aka
ahead
just anything
and
with
mark
wheels or
any enemy
threads.
positions.
Okay.
Yes, my lord.
Let's
Gathering
pass by.
intelligence.
Not much, but at the same
On patrol.
time, I don't want to.
Yes, my lord.
What's
Scouts
going
in
on?
position.
No, it's just I got bored and
enemy is
decided
in our
to
sights.
put into the cart.
my lord. Scouts
Valkyria
advance.
Chronicles
A
4
large
with
orc nob
all
who
of its
looks like he's in
DLCs of the
charge of
complete
this
edition
bunch.
and
If we kill him, yes, my lord, severely weaken the orc
Warhammer
morale.
Space Marine Anniversary Edition, and
command.
it's like less than $100,
Scouts
but I'm
advance.
also but we're kinda also
Gathering intelligence.
starting cash.
Okay.
So, on the one hand, that is a pretty good offer, but on the other hand,
On patrol. Getting into position.
Yeah,
We'll
Space
take them
Marine.
down from here.
The game Space Marine is also getting a sequel somewhat soonish, I believe.
yeah, apparently they're doing a sequel. They're fighting the Nazi xenomorphs in that one.
Okay. But yeah, scouts are good for, well, of course, scouting. and taking out priority targets. And I hope all of their shouting isn't too loud, at least.
We'll move ahead.
Okay.
Any enemy positions. Scouts advance.
With the leader dead, we can just attack move in here, and that'll deal with that. Look like we'll get access to sergeants now, maybe? Actually, no, that was there last time as well. Okay. Okay. We should be able to deal with this plenty. The only big problem we can really get into right now is our troops getting stuck on each other.
Yeah, that's a lot of weird things that happen next to our TS logic.
Yeah.
So somehow I wound up somehow controlling characters in StarCraft was inexplicably easier if nothing else, because I just have everybody show up, shoot at a thing, and just everybody scatters around just to be able to get a shot at the thing.
Yeah. Let's see. Foofy, this is like sci-fi and fantasy lore. Yep. The way I've seen Warhammer 40k described is if you take just your standard fantasy stuff like humans, elves, dwarves and such, and just kick them hard enough to launch them into the far-flung future.
Scouts awaiting orders.
What's your order?
Basically, yeah, I don't think they kind of do that, but lore-wise it's not that. But I can see why they do the comparison.
Yeah. Okay, we don't really have units that are that effective at dealing with buildings at the moment, but enough firepower will just bring them down as well. Okay.
Well done. The waterworks are under our control. Now we must start building a base before we hunt down the rest of the orcs.
Okay. You are now Team 9.
Let us capture these strategic points and
You are
establish
going
a
to
base of
scout ahead.
operations.
Okay, where's the other scouts? They're still capturing. Okay.
Yes, Lord.
Now, we build ourselves a stronghold, and we will continue on from there.
Praise the Emperor.
You're
Okay.
fun
Scouts
fact.
here.
Right, everyone's speaking.
Area secured.
Mostly because I'm on the Blizzard side, and I'm kind of...
Heresy grows from idleness.
Scouts
Oh,
ready.
right, I don't have battle dot,
patrol.
and I don't want to make... Damn it!
What's going on?
The enemy is attacking.
Well, I got
Enemies of
bored
the
and
Emperor still draw breath.
Oh, they ran past the commander. Oh well.
Commencing infiltration.
Yeah, well, it is the sort of the role of the scouts to, well, scout ahead and get killed.
Enemy positions. At your
Okay,
command.
you lots actually go this way. I believe our objective here is, or it is going to be to just use, or to get rid of every freaking single orc building on the map.
Still draw breath. There can be no peace.
So at the very least, whilst the servitors build up the base, we're going to clear up over here.
Into battle.
Okay, and Gabriel wasn't too effective last time since he was tied to a group, which meant that he was also firing with his pistol mostly. But now let's let him walk ahead and actually, well, hit things with his freaking power sword.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
Okay.
Can we surrender a bit? They usually then shoot that. They usually use shoot us anyway.
Okay. With some luck, we might even see him do an execution move. And yeah, enemies will frequently get thrown around by stronger units. Like that. Okay.
Walk softly.
Holy.
Carry a big gun.
Scouts in position.
Okay, we'll want to take this since it's close to our base.
I sense danger. We will root it out.
Okay. They're done here. You get the building listening posts. And let's see, what was the button to... There was a button to... that would let you queue things up to be built. let's see, was it shift? Yes, with shift you can build you can order multiple buildings to be built at once.
We are the Emperor's chosen.
Okay.
Yes, my lord.
You group capture you and Gabriel. You move over here. One side drawback of Gabriel running around on his own is that he gets hurt a lot more as well.
My aim shall not falter.
Scouts ready.
Okay. What else can the
Yes,
scouts
my lord.
find?
Beware, brothers. That
Xeno sight.
mechanical monster is a killer can. It is devastating in close quarters fighting, and its armored hide will shrug off small arms fire. We must equip ourselves with missile launchers if we are to destroy the
Enemy
abomination.
positions.
Well,
Objective
Oh
achieved.
yeah.
yeah, this is the first vehicle we'll be facing, and well, it's basically a can with a buzzsaw and giant scissors. So yeah, basic infantry is not going to do much to that. Oh, hell. Oh, damn it. Okay, I should have I should have left one squad behind for defense. That's fully on me.
Stop us.
Okay. At least we can just build new servitors. Okay. You lots come back as well.
Still draw breath.
I believe that was the only building hiding over here. So we're done in that direction anyways. But yeah, as you can see, it takes them a lot longer to get through this. Let's see, Fufi, female space marines. There aren't female space marines, but there are the sisters of battle who are close. But they don't...
There were famous space marine, but they became non-canon, and there were models for them. Just they were rough.
Okay.
If I'm correctly reading somewhere is that I think one of the Space Marine chapters, I don't remember which, might have been one with Wolf that's leading to it, when we don't really know why we don't have them, but we'd be happy to have female Space Marines.
Fear denies faith.
Like in universe, in a book, actually, they pretty much said we don't really know why we don't have female Space Marines, but we'd be happy to have them.
So for theory is that with all the yin seed, they would end up looking like men anyway. Is the current theory?
Orders.
Okay, because all the Primarchs were male.
Commencing
So I
infiltration.
believe there are missing Primarchs still, or someone, or exiled Primarchs. So if they wanted to, they could retcon a bit. Hello there.
Intelligence.
They can also apparently fuck around with genetics,
Commencing
so I
infiltration.
figure it's not that hard to screw around with chromosomes.
Among
Yeah, I don't know in lore what
At your command.
they were planning just to make female space marines, but the Emperor denied it.
I sense danger.
Probably because people are guessing that he did not want it to breed. If that makes sense.
Okay.
The enemy is in our sights.
This might have been a bit
But
of a
yeah,
mistake.
there's a lot of theories going about. But I don't know, in the first edition, there were female space marine, but they became non-canon in second or third.
Ever vigilant.
This day shall be a
And this was during the period where they were still developed in the lore, and a lot of our there was
The enemy must be near.
us for the mess.
Praise the Emperor.
Yeah. If there's one thing I have heard is that the original lore for all of this was even more insane than what it currently is.
In the name of the Emperor.
Yeah, do a lot of that lore have survived the current one? Even though a lot of it have been modified a little bit. And some just thrown out.
Today, the
Like the
enemy shall know
Warhammer
fear.
at this point is hard retcon and inexplicably Civi 11.
Yeah, I think it was during the first edition there was a Space Marine chapter that was is no longer canon, but it was known as
Yes, my lord.
the Lister Sisters.
Okay.
Yeah, it's again no canon, but it was one of those chapters that appeared in the White Wolf magazine.
White Wolf, those are the guys. The White Wolf are basically the chapter that when we don't know why we don't have female Space Marines, but it'd be nice to have them.
Okay.
Yeah, but we do have Sisters of Battles instead, aka nuns with guns.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
really.
flamethrowers. Many flamethrowers.
Yeah, that's
Just like me.
British.
The enemy must be nearby.
Excuse me, what did you say?
You know, nuns with guns. You know, heavily armored nuns with guns with somebody British.
Yeah.
Someone had to say it. And who's mentioned fire fetish?
Fear denied.
Nothing as well.
Okay.
Spawning, didn't you blow up the base?
Yes,
Bro?
most beneficent
What?
one.
Take a look at me.
Squad deployed. Awaiting orders.
I'm a salamander.
Ah,
Do you know what we're known for?
well,
We
you know.
stand ready. Orders received.
Smithing, quality gear, and fire.
Ah, yeah.
Awaiting orders. Fear
Okay. One drawback of attack move commands is that, well, they will keep fighting if something gets in their range. So some of your units can get themselves really overextended like that. Especially when they just link enemies together like this. So,
The enemy
okay,
must be nearby.
pull back.
achieved. Onward to glory.
And we're going to
My
expand
faith
on our
is my
numbers
shield.
for a
We
bit
will
here.
need more than heavy bolters to defeat
We are
these
the Emperor's
orcs.
chosen.
We must upgrade the stronghold to gain access to the tools we will need to destroy this place.
Arrows from idleness.
I gotta read up from the chat here from Glacier Boy. They tried in canon and the females ended up dying due to their bodies rejecting the organs and not handling the arguments.
Yeah, augmentations.
Yeah, I think I recall that, but still, people still debating if that's true or not. But
Yes,
people have been,
Lord.
apparently
Yes,
having
Lord.
troubles tracking
Yes,
down
Lord.
that source.
Okay.
Yes, Lord.
Okay, we've got a pretty big force
He
here
who
at the
stands with
moment,
me shall
so
be
let's
my
mark
brother.
that.
While the enemies
as
of the
one.
Emperor still draw breath, there can be
Yep,
no peace.
another one here. Okay.
Orders received.
I'm going
It's been-
against what I said earlier, but we are a bit low on requisition, so we will have to push forwards with a few undersized
And it's been
squads.
40,000 fucking years, and we haven't had
Yes,
peace in a long
beneficent
ass
one.
time.
Initializing build protocol.
Let's see, Fufi, this game reminds me of an old RTS game called War Commander. Okay.
I heard of the name, but I've never seen it.
Something that may also be noted is that when a squad has heavy bolters in it, they will all stay at the back range of the bolters. So that can mean that they will block squads with shorter ranged
The
weapons.
skull probes are with us. Find them on our listening posts. The
Maintain
monastery
attack.
is complete.
Ever vigilant.
Sergeants will inspire your Space Marine squads to greater feats of heroism. And rocket launchers will make short work of orc buildings.
We stand
Okay,
ready.
freaking orcs killed the servitors.
We stand ready.
Okay, so let's go deal with them. You lots stay here.
Fear.
Yeah,
The you need to
yeah, I can be a bit stupid with how they path sometimes. A lot of
I really
times.
wanna see if we can do any defensive turrets or something.
We don't have access to those just yet, but I can leave some squads behind. And okay, we do have access to sergeants now. Heavy infantry, leader unit, effective at close combat and boosting squad morale. Can be upgraded with powerful weapons. Can use rally, effective against infantry. You'll want to have your squads equipped with these.
What is your order?
Yeah, every
And-
squad should have a
Existing
sergeant.
listening post with the fortified position add-on. This upgrade will increase the requisition income and add better defenses to the listening post.
Position secure.
Like you said,
Fear
you'll want to
denied.
upgrade these when you can. It is pretty cheap, and they will they will pay back for themselves. So, when you can, upgrade your listening points, the points
He who
posts.
stands with me shall be my brother.
Okay, why were they not fighting back there? You lot go help there. Okay, yeah, now we have access to plasma guns as well as missile launchers. Missile launchers are good against vehicles.
Now earning more requisition. has better armor against enemy attacks and has a gun emplacement to strike back.
Okay. Let's go put some listening points on other places. Okay. And just build up a bit of requisition for the moment. And maybe Gabriel will shut the hell up for a bit. Okay. Yeah. Flamers, good for really up close and for getting enemies out of cover, because they count as melee attacks, I think, or at least short enough range that that cover doesn't count. Plasma weapons are good against heavy infantry, and well, Space Marines count as heavy infantry. Most of the orcs are just normal infantry, but their bigger ones are heavy infantry. And, well, missile launcher already said. Though they are best against vehicles, they are pretty good against infantry as well. Though they are very inaccurate, but they will also disrupt your enemy's flat positions by just blowing them around. Let's actually turn this squad into a missile squad.
Orders received, brother.
Let's see.
Sometimes it can be good to get a squad mixed weapons.
No, it's nothing on your end. For some reason, it seems to fuck on my end. Ooh, dear.
Okay, let's just push through this place.
Like,
And yeah, making a skull probe here, which is a fast and stealthy infiltrator, but the moment they spawn, they start losing health. So you can't keep these around. You have to send them somewhere. And yeah, they will reveal stuff as they go, but they are only temporarily here.
I should look up the lore about the skull probes.
This day shall be a
Yeah, they are actually maybe from a skull.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah, missile launcher also good against buildings, so let's make a second squad of that.
Let's remember, we have servitors, right?
Yeah.
For buildings. If I remember right, servitors are criminals.
Yeah, basically lobotomized criminals and then cyberdized.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not a nice world, like I said, and I missed out on most of that stuff when I first played through this game. So yeah, we may be playing the quote-unquote good guys, but they are not good guys.
Yeah, the closest would be you get with Space Marines would be Space Wolf, and especially closest good guys, almost, would be Salamanders, as wearing the helmet of one.
Okay.
Orders received.
the thing about the Imperium of Man is that they're not the good guys. They're just your best hope for survival in this world if you're a human.
Yeah, there's a reason why the tagline for Warhammer 40k is that it's there's always war going on. And basically every faction is a bunch of assholes because they're constantly fighting with each other and constantly backstabbing each other.
Initiating
We have
attack protocol 20.
asshole space elves, corrupted asshole space elves. We have
Praise
corrupted
the Emperor.
humans. We have
Beware the
evil
alien,
gods. We have
the heretic.
communist aliens.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
We have, and we have also the Imperium of Man, which is like fascist, and it's also your best hope to survive in this game. So it's like the Cat's 22 of being completely fucked.
And yeah, that would have taken quite a bit more if I didn't have two missile squads. Which again makes it very useful that they are color-coded to make it easy to identify them.
Carry a big gun.
Hey later, Sensei. I dance
Sensei.
while pooping everyone. Glazierberg, but the truth is none of them are good. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
it's
I
more-
don't really have any.
Moving out.
It's more a big
Days
case
shall
of
be a
everything is
glorious
gray,
one
but all
for
in
you,
different
Hillyan.
shades of it. From
Yeah,
all-
like, they're all good characters and heroic characters,
enemies
but
of
the
the
faction
Emperor still
themselves
dread
in
wrath
general
that can be
are
your
not
weakness.
good.
We stand ready.
And here we have a bit of a pathfinding
faith
issue
is
in
my
that these
shield.
bunch of idiots got themselves stuck.
Awaiting orders. What's your
Hey,
order? Moving
did
out.
you know that
who
Lara
stands
Croft
with me
has
shall
become an
be my
operator
brother.
in the
Orders
Modern
received.
Warfare 2022 game?
What's your order?
I didn't actually know that, no.
Fear our wrath.
Wait, what?
Awaiting orders.
Basically, she's a playable character for multiplayer.
Oh,
Okay, as a skin or actually Lara Croft? Because that might actually get me a bit interested in Warhammer, in Modern Warfare 3.
Actually, it's Modern Warfare 2. Give me a minute. If I remember correctly, the operators are effectively...
The Emperor protects.
Yeah, she's part of the Tomb
For the
Raider
Emperor.
operator bundle. She's just...
By my command.
Yep, it's not only her
Attack.
her own character. She's voiced by the VA she had in the Legend
Await your
continuity.
instructions.
Okay.
Hell, don't.
Yeah.
Don't.
That red circle around the orcs here, that was them getting their morale broken.
We are the Emperor's chosen.
There, let's see. Dispatch. Let's give you all plasma guns.
Basically, play
Here to
the
serve.
same.
Position
I shall
secure.
What?
obey. With all due haste.
The Emperor
They're all
protects.
like there's no
Today, the
class
enemy shall
system
know
like
fear.
it's in
My
Warcraft 2
faith
or
is
anything
my
like that.
shield.
They are different characters. So it's that.
Okay.
But the thing is, you kind of have to buy
Under
the
fire.
bundle if you want to,
Faith
you know,
is us.
play as her.
Okay. Oh well. Let's see. How do we have an even amount when we have a servitor running around? Oh wait, we already have a second servitor.
Yes, most beneficent
Oops.
one.
Glacier
Oh, well.
Boy.
I will
No,
do
because
as
there are
you ask.
factions where they are outright evil. Look at the Dark Elder and Chaos. People harp on the fact that Chaos has another side. That is not bad, but that's just people trying to justify the fact is that when the reality is that Chaos is really evil. Yeah, Chaos are definitely within true evil.
Yeah. I should have noted that.
If I
Terrorists
remember
is definitely a
correctly,
confusion for. They just want to eat you.
if I remember correctly, fucking Nurgle has
Here
like
to
the
serve.
elder goddess of
Build
health
routine 721
fucking
initiated.
locked up in his beneficial basement.
Yeah.
Okay, I
The elder
misunderstood
goddess
you
of
that one.
healing. Yeah, supposedly he has her locked up, which does allow her to occasionally sneak out a cure towards her followers. But
At your command.
okay, you lots start capturing. But yeah, our current goal is to just get rid of every single orc building on the map. And yes, as you may have noticed, bodies stay a while if you set the setting for that.
Beneficent one.
As in, they never leave.
Protocol.
Praise the Emperor.
This is concerning. So it might be good to turn that down, depending how good PC is.
Then again, this game is like 20 years old, if nearly 20 years old. And definitely deserving of a
On the left,
remake.
brothers. The enemy must be nearby.
Like
what?
another can. If this were to be remade in Unreal Engine 5 or even 4, and they were to sell that at a reasonable price, they would make bank off of that. But Games Workshop is, well, in a
Games
word,
Workshop.
stupid.
Yeah. I feel like the
As
best
you wish.
way to make a remake for Warhammer Dawn of War
With all
would
due
be
While the
haste.
enemies of the Emperor
like you
still
said,
draw
like you said, Unreal Engine, which will also have like the basic, to also have it contain all of the expansion packs from to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be preferred.
And again, the pathing is screwing with them here. Since there are more of them than they can pass around.
Somebody get the rocket launcher for the
Shall be my brother.
Seems I lost some heavy bolters.
the tower. That's what I meant.
Apparently, Glitchboy has commented on Rom's info. Let's see. Yes, Nurgle, quote-unquote, married the elder goddess of life with the goal of killing her with a plague. Because if he's able to kill her, then he has created the perfect disease.
Okay.
That is disturbing.
This day shall be a glorious one for the
Okay, I'm
I
going
mean,
to
if you
split
can kill
forces.
I mean, if you can literally kill the god, a local goddess of light and healing, then
Yeah.
yeah, you kind of did
The
make
enemy
the
must be nearby.
perfect plague. Or you got really lucky with your dice roll.
Or that, yeah, since Warhammer 40k is a tabletop game. Or, actually, better worded, a tabletop war game.
Oh yeah. And I got into it. I actually found the tabletop game before Dawn of War.
Okay. Yeah, again, the pathing is a bit iffy here and there when they start getting into each other's way.
The enemies of
Luckily,
the
these are
Emperor still
these are
draw
only
breath.
ranged squads. So if there were plasma or flamer squads among here, they would likely get themselves stuck in the back, unless I were to micromanage them. Okay, they are done here. Then
Yes, my lord.
1 and
alert,
2
brothers. The enemy
Just
must be nearby.
en masse
Take off my
attack
headphones for a
here.
moment, so I'm gonna need to plug in the cable for my headphones to recharge.
Okay. Now, something I could also probably do, and probably will be doing during later missions, is making forward bases. But in this case, that's going to be not really needed, since this should be the last stronghold. So at most what I'm doing here is blocking these guys' path with a new stronghold.
There you go. Headphones back on. What did I miss?
Nothing much.
I hope I didn't accidentally talk over someone.
Nah.
Initiating attack at your command.
My faith is my shield.
En masse, that way, kill everything you see. Why are they blocking that?
We are the Emperor's chosen.
Again, the pathing in this game is iffy here and there. Okay, yep. This is that rally ability that the sergeant has of a squad. It rallies his squad, restores the squad to full morale, counteracts the effects of being broken. So yeah, if your squads get their morale broken and they have a sergeant, just, well, get the sergeant to do their thing. And, well, they won't be broken. It does have a cooldown, though.
I'm reminded of the glitch I already mentioned. You will not fall for the... You will not fall for the lines of chaos! But he put gun to his own skin and pulled the trigger to increase morale.
Yeah, the commissars cannot be really claimed to be the smartest of people at times. So in a way that glitch could be called fitting. Yeah, let's have another little look here. That fires high-impact armor-piercing explosive missiles, effective against vehicles, must be stationary to fire. Yeah, the rockets are very low accuracy against against infantry, but against vehicles and buildings, they will pretty much always hit, I believe. Because, well, they have a lock-on feature.
Oh boy. I think there's something here in chat. I think I'm gonna let Hillyan read.
Okay.
But it's something I know, but I feel like Hillyan will enjoy reading this.
Let's see, Glacier Boy. My favorite Warhammer character is the Greater Demon known as the Changeling, a Greater Demon of Tzeentch who is a master prankster who can disguise himself from even the Chaos Gods and has used that to spark wars between them. He once would-be cushioned Khorne by placing nerdlings on his skull throne. He also stole Khorne's axe and used it to cut Slaaneash's hair while they were asleep. Okay.
Yep, and I know Alex, a random fact about this changeling. I forgot, the Watchers in the Dark is one of the few Xenos that Space Marines tolerate in the Dark Angel chapters.
There we go.
And demons are afraid of them. Including the changeling.
I must speak with the captain.
He is giving the Emperor his praise. Leave him this moment.
Yes, brother librarian. We completed our sweep of the area and can find no more orcs.
Indeed. Tell your squad to move ahead and clear the company's path.
Yes, brother librarian.
I will suffer no trespass.
Yeah, the thing with Isildur there is that he is psychic, which is kind of a big deal in the Warhammer 40k universe, because that also leaves him vulnerable to demons and such.
Or rather, if you get proper training, you're less likely to fall to chaos and all that and go secure, but a untrained psyker may outright get possessed. Worse.
Yeah. Let's see, Glacier Boy, FA, Greater Demon rank, and from a Watcher in the Dark, because demons perceive them as a void in the warp. And yeah, the warp is basically another layer of existence in this world. Technically it is, I believe, considered to be the reality between realities or something, because the warp is also a thing in OG Warhammer. Let's ignore the FA, there was a typo, okay. And yeah, when something is causing a void in the warp, it's basically antimatter for demons and such. So yeah, they avoid that like the fucking plague, because demons can't actually die when they are killed in the material plane. They basically just get sent home with a spank on the ass, where they get to rebuild themselves over the next century or millennia.
The Orc invasion is far more serious than we originally imagined. The Imperial Navy, with the help of the Blood Raven's battle barge, the Litany of Fury, has regained tenuous control of the space around the planet. However, the number of Orc troops and supplies that have reached planetside far exceeds our original estimates. The Orc menace has spread throughout the low-population areas of the planet. Civilians are fleeing in mass to the cities, where they hope the higher concentration of Imperial Guard can protect them. Due to our recent actions, we were able to destroy several Orc forward encampments and kill many of their leaders. So we can expect at least a brief respite from further Orc attacks in this area. The Blood Ravens have returned to the capital city of Magna Bonum to prepare the defenses during this downtime.
Yeah, orcs in this are similar in some ways to orcs in other games and other settings, but there are some big differences. But let's get started, and we'll explain those as we go. And yeah, this is not looking good already.
Under siege.
Brother Mateel, second squad is to man those buildings opposite the market streets. Go! Brother Tantheus, take Night Squad and shore up our defenses along our southern flank. We need those gun emplacements operational. correct, Brother Corrales. Begin executing Protocol 18. We will silence that orc artillery.
My lord, I have taken the liberty of stationing my Imperial Guard around the key facilities, including the spaceport and power plant.
Your initiative is admirable, Colonel, but I need you to pull your men back to this location where they can concentrate their defense.
Space Marines!
But if we abandon the spaceport...
We cannot hold the spaceport, Colonel. We have to maximize our defense in one location to assure victory. Do not mistake the Orcs' simple manner for stupidity. They are far more cunning than they may seem. Now go.
Yes, my lord. I do not agree with this course of action. Why are we sitting back waiting for the Orcs to strike? We should attack! Surely it is better than doing nothing.
You would have us meet the Orcs on open ground? That would be madness. It is written in the Codex Astartes that this situation calls for a defensive action.
Of course. You are right. Perhaps patience is the better virtue here.
Yeah. The Codex Astartes is basically the handbook by which Space Marines live.
Brothers, the Orcs have overrun the city. This transgression shall not stand. We will fight until the last Orc is dead. Heavy bolter turrets have been made available to us. Be sure to place their defensive power wisely. Landmines are now available for placement in our enemy's paths.
So not all Space Marine follows it.
Or not as closely.
Some actually outright don't follow it.
On the city's strategic points. We must break their hold and deny the Orcs their supplies.
Okay,
What
we need
is
the
actually
armory
the
upgrade.
Salamanders?
Okay. You get to work on an armory. Then we can upgrade the monastery, which leads to other things becoming available to us. But yeah, now we have access to defensive measures, or better defensive measures. Let's upgrade these two immediately. And once this is done, let's see. Fun fact, Ray Knights can actually kill demons in the material plane. They use psi rounds in their storm bolters. Psi rounds destroy the soul of a demon. Also in response to Drakir, an unsanctioned psyker is kind of like the girl from The Exorcist. Yeah, but even worse. Because they could get possessed by demons and basically cause... give them a spawn point in reality, to put it simply. Okay, we've got ourselves some Imperial Guards.
Deal with demons the same way the Doomslayer does.
Okay, I'm going to pull the Space Marines back for a moment to get these capture points.
Okay,
Right.
I really don't have anything to add to Warhammer 40k.
Yes, most beneficent
What Gundam series have either one of you seen?
Not much, actually.
I have actually lost interest for all mecha anime long ago.
Taking heavy fire.
I wonder what killed it.
Probably... I was not losing it for a long time. Last time I tried it, we were watching... Oh, bloody, what was the then? Series we you prefer me not to mention that we pissed us off a lot.
Okay, give me at least a very bland description.
I think it was called Genlock 13 or something.
Oh, that one. And it was Genlock. The first season was really good, or at least good enough, but the second season, just no. Just no in all capitals and with 50 freaking exclamation points after it.
The first season I thought was okay, but I saw a lot of warning signs. I thought, alright, this can work if they fix this in the next season. That is fine, that it gives odds and all that. So by the second season failed everything and just made things worse. It kinda hurt the first season in a way.
Yeah, It's just one of those cases where people go where fans go, the second season doesn't exist. Because to help explain that part of that is that they also handed over or sold the series to some other group. I forget the specifics, but they basically the original creators were out, and well, the new creators went basically got Game of Thrones with it, and the bad kind of Game of Thrones. I will definitely add on with that.
Yeah, they tried to go to Game of Thrones without realizing what it was about. Kind of missing the point.
Yeah, so pointless nudity and all of that shit.
Weapons at ready. It is time.
I should also say, we actually did not finish the sixth season.
Yeah, we gave up on the third episode or so.
Probably the worst of them all. Let's say from Glacier Boy, Drakir. Have you ever had a tangerine? Would you like to try one?
That sounds like a meme.
This from If Emperor Had Text to Speech.
Oh,
Called Draco.
Yes, my lord.
I've never actually watched that.
Direct us to the enemy.
Do you want us to add that to the list?
Could do that, yeah.
It's
Okay.
actually a weird, good way to learn the lore.
Fear denies faith.
Okay, let's just continue building our defensive position for the moment.
Yes, most beneficent one.
And yeah, now we have heavy bolter turrets, which can be upgraded into missile turrets, making them effective against vehicles. Not that we'll need much of that. Okay, this one's done.
Taking damage.
Upgrade that. That one's still being built. I do like that when a servitor is done, that little wrench pops above its head again. There, there.
Glacier Boy. Now I want a tangerine.
Emperor's chosen.
Your own fault.
No, it's Glacier Boy's fault.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I
Okay.
vaguely... Wait, I can at least say I can recommend, I don't know, a Gundam, or Evangelion. Those are the two I'm most familiar with.
I have Evangelion actually.
Up.
Not completed though.
Okay, that's a war track. These things, from what I remember, are annoying because they're basically grenade launchers on wheels, and such are built around disrupting your positions.
Marine squad deployed.
Okay, I probably should have upgraded their numbers first, but oh well.
We stand ready. We stand ready. Direct us to the enemy.
So yeah, which I was saying, I can recommend Gundam and
Awaiting orders.
at least a
Awaiting
few of the
orders.
series in Gundam. I haven't seen
Fear
everything
denies
because
faith.
of the whole multiple timeline thing. I've heard divisive things about IVO. I
Ever
heard good
vigilant.
things about Witch Mercury. Universal Century, which is like the regular one, tends to be depending on which one you're watching.
Okay.
And also whether or not you can stomach animation from like 1928 for like the
Yeah, okay.
first Gundam.
Could be worth
yeah.
a try. Also,
Yeah,
these
actually,
upgrades then be... Go ahead.
I was like, are we avoiding Gundam due to? Is it like the Fate Grand Order? There's so much of them you have no idea where to start.
Okay, I'm gonna be as quick as possible at the start of. If Universal Century has its own setup, but it is the beginning of Gundam in a way, so to start I guess you can go with Mobile Suit Gundam, Theta, Double Theta, and Char's Counterattack if you want to start with Universal Century.
Yes, Lord.
Basically, if the word Zeon, Earth Federation are involved, that's Universal Century.
Okay.
The
where's the
others
rest of the
are a
squad
bit
then?
different.
Knowledge is
But-
power. Hide it well.
Yeah, it depends on what you are looking for. You can look up
On
reviews
alert,
if you want
brothers.
to, but
The enemy
it's
must be
also
nearby.
just if you want to watch something.
Okay.
What
My
else?
knowledge is at your disposal.
Oh, one
My
I do
knowledge
not
is at your
recommend, and this
disposal.
is a non-recommendation, is called Destiny of the
Beware the
Strike.
alien, the mutant, the heretic.
This is a... It's
We are the Emperor's
not
chosen.
good. It's like
Fear not the psycho.
Marine Squad
not
deployed.
really much of a mecha
Here
anime,
to serve.
but
Build routine 721
kinda-
initiated. Here to serve.
I don't really know how to explain it without
I
accidentally
stand ready.
having this entire section of what I'm talking about completely bleeped out because it involves things that happen that are not very
Detect
good.
uncertainty in your
Okay.
And I don't mean not very good in a
stand before us.
Enemies of
well,
the
okay, not
Emperor
very good in a
still draw
fighting
breath.
sense as well, but also not very good in a dear God
Damnation.
of
A
out of
sacred
all the
machine
things you
cult
could have
has
fucking done, you
misfired
went
and
with
landed
this
somewhere within the city.
specific
We
thing.
must recover the structure and any survivors.
There is no such thing as
Praise the
innocence.
Emperor.
Taking damage.
I think your
Heresy
sense
grows.
or
Knowledge is power. Hide it well.
Okay.
Enemies of the Emperor still draw breath.
Yeah, I'm splitting my forces up so that they won't get in each other's way as much.
Built their infernal
But
structures
enjoy
within
if-
the city
for that,
walls.
if I could,
Destroying these
Space
structures
Boys.
is vital
On the road
if we are to
to
regain
disappointment.
control over the city.
Yeah, he meant that on the first text-to-speech. Let's see,
yeah.
going to have
Okay,
to head
that makes
off.
sense.
Internet is getting wonky on me. Okay, see you next time, Glacier Boy.
Yep. See you next time, Glitch Boy, and thank you for joining me. Hope you had fun in there. Oh, good God.
Let's equip these with flamers. Then we have a somewhat balanced team on both sides. Okay,
You just want grilled mushrooms.
maybe.
Faith is our shield.
There. Okay. Oh, hello there. Isidore, can you take a look? And yeah, this is where we'll get access to our own vehicles.
Praised. The machine cult is still intact.
Here
We
to
must
serve.
get a servitor to finish its
all
construction
haste.
immediately.
At last. back
And
to
we
war.
get dreadnoughts. Yeah, these things are quite literally walking tanks,
I will
but they're
purge
also
the
walking
unclean.
coffins.
An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded.
The Emperor protects.
Oh,
Area is secure.
I guess you could also call them
Defending
a
objective.
walking tanky life support.
By my command.
Yeah,
Attack.
basically dreadnoughts have mortally wounded space marines in them. And it takes a freaking lot to mortally injure a space marine already. This game out, which notwithstanding at the moment. And yeah, basically they get put into a dreadnought to keep them alive and to keep them fighting. Okay,
Yeah.
there's a bit more here than I expected.
And they only turn them on when they need to fight. For having them on for too much without reason could damage them.
Knowledge is power.
They still
Yeah, it's not
be able
pleasant to
live
be in one of those things.
Yeah, they still can survive in them for centuries to millennium. Another variant I heard that there's a new variant of them that is more dangerous to the whoever you put in there. That the quality of life is drastically reduced from possible to 1 millennium or two to maybe 100 only.
Since only to
Where'd that servitor go?
I await your instructions.
Did they get themselves... No, they got themselves stuck. What the... Okay.
I await your instructions. Initializing build process.
Okay. Teams 1
Also, I
and
used to
2.
realize something. The servitors are track wheels.
Yep, they're basically cyborgs on segways.
I was thinking of segways.
Taking damage.
Okay. Objective is retake the city. And to kill every one of the orcs and destroy all of their buildings again. So, yeah. You get away from there. Okay, somehow some of the assholes got behind our line. You go deal with that.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Okay. I probably pushed forwards a bit too soon, a bit too fast, all things considered. Okay. You lot go over there. You lot push this way. Dreadnought, stay here. And yeah, these are Gretchens. These are actually the Orcs' builder units. Okay. Probably should have sent a missile squad after this one, but they can deal with it well enough. Okay, you get the repairing. You go help, because we want dreadnoughts more. We want more dreadnoughts because they are really freaking strong. Okay, upgrade how many of those we can have. These upgrades are a bit iffier, I'd say, since they only affect your commander units. So go for the health and range damage upgrades first.
Oh dear. Was that a contract? You think Dreadnought looks awesome now, right?
Yeah.
You would have hated them in the first and second edition.
No.
Calling them derpy is not quite enough. It's an understatement. They looked so horrible.
Ooh, lots of losses on the Flamer team.
How to describe it? They look like they had iron diapers with legs on side and a tiny tank top for upper part. They had no arms.
Okay.
Revered dreadnoughts are standing by. Build them at the machine cult. On alert, brothers.
Stay here, you
The
lot.
enemy must be nearby.
Okay, just going to mark that to go there and just keep making these damn things.
Under fire.
Okay. Now let's start pushing out. I probably should put Gabriel with the flamers, since they'll be up close. Where are his flamers?
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath.
Oh, there in the middle. Okay. Gabriel. Okay, the flamers are a bit less unless they're firing, they are a bit less obvious with spotting them. Okay, team 2, push out through here. And yeah, just going to send every single dreadnought out down the front door. And yeah, flamers don't really do much against buildings. I should probably link Isidore to a squad. Where the heck are you lot going?
I just realized there are some awkward bits that don't appear in this game.
No.
Nobody could have better, like the orc attack shotgun.
Yeah, Dreadnought.
I should probably explain it. It basically use Greskin and Snotlings as ammo.
Oh, those things, yeah.
Yeah, it teleports a Greskin towards enemy through the warp.
Yeah, and they can also end up inside the enemy.
Yeah, inside an enemy tank, armor, or literally inside them, or inside a rock.
Okay, yep.
And they are, for the Greskin, you don't know how long they would be in the war until For you, it might just be a second or two. But a Gridskin, yes, he might have been the warp for a millennium or two before he just exit out.
Yeah, because time in the warp gets wonky. You could even end up... when you go into the warp and come back out, you might actually come out before you went in.
Yeah, it's... What?
Sorry, I was gonna say, imagine accidentally being the reason you went into the warp in the first place.
Yeah, there's actually a tale like that. And that was an execution animation that went on there.
Nice. And I just remembered something since we fighting orcs. One orc accidentally went back in time. And guess what he did?
He killed he killed his younger self for his sword or something, or his gun.
Actually, yes.
Yeah, I've heard of that
He
one.
killed his younger self to get an extra pair, his favorite gun, so he could dual wield it.
But yeah, besides being resistant to most small arms, dreadnoughts start out as melee units with flamethrowers, which make them really good against buildings and just getting up in the fight. But they can also be upgraded to be anti-infantry specifically, or anti-vehicle.
Knock it off, all of yous. He's moving out. We's not gonna stay and fight. I's the biggest orc here, which means I's the leader of yous lousy bunch of gits. I've been waiting to fight these Marine boys, and we's gonna stomp them back good. To do that, we need the strength of all the boys, not a small, weak mob of rats like yous boys. I'll use your skull for something besides thumping. We's orcs, and we's were made for fighting and winning. So thing, you're the boss. We's gonna go get Big Boss Orc among us. He got something special planned for these humies.
Yeah, that's how orc society is. Through liberal application of pecking order, and yeah, they sound and act like what Cockney bar brawlers.
Yeah, just exaggerated the accents quite a bit.
Yeah.
The defense of the city of Magna Bonum was a success. The orcs caught us off our guard, but not unprepared. I will not underestimate these aliens again. It is clear now that their primary push was towards the capital city, and they have moved in to attack with a speed I have rarely seen a military force capable of achieving. I have read reports of orc clans who focus on fast strikes, but I did not realize they could be so coordinated. It is as if something is driving the orcs here, some unknown desire or instinct. The Imperial Guard regiments watching over the city are decimated and will not be resupplied for at least 24 hours. The orcs will renew their attacks far sooner. Our scouts are reporting a force massing 50 kilometers from the city that dwarfs the group that attacked Magna Bonum. And reports from civilians speak of a mighty orc who leads them. Bigger and more cunning than the rest. If the capital city falls, this planet will not be far behind. I cannot allow this to occur.
Yeah, a thing with the orcs is that their entire lifestyle and culture, if you could even call it that, is about fighting. And the more an orc fights and survives, the bigger they'll actually grow. And yes, through that, quite literally, the best become the biggest and become the leaders.
Yeah.
Entire life cycle runs on the same logic as an RPG character.
A lifetime of
What-
grinding
what-
for experience, and orcs will be happy doing just that. Now, what would happen
Oh,
if
don't
you
fault it
introduced
like that.
orcs to Korean grind MMOs?
Don't. Oh dear.
Yeah, the smaller ones are a side species of orc, you could say. They just basically they're the short straws, quite literally and figuratively.
1 second. I'm gonna go get lunch.
All right.
See ya.
Everything is ready, boss. Them Humies is in for a good stomping. This is gonna be the best fight of their miserable lives. Just make sure it's the last fight of their lives. I don't take orders from you, Humie. We've held up our side of the bargain, have we not? You wanted a new planet to wage war on. We have given it to you. You wanted to face the Imperium's greatest warriors, the Space Marines. They are here. We've even provided you with weapons and Imperial tanks to use on the battlefield. And all we ask in return is that you keep the Imperials distracted from our operations here. You've kept your word, but that still don't mean you can order the orcs around. My apologies. We've delivered the last of the weaponry. They're in the hands of your servants. We'll take our leave now. I respectfully request that you keep the Marines busy for as long as you can. We'll keep them more than busy. We'll keep them dead.
And that's the war boss.
Thought of kowtowing to these creatures disgusts me. The orcs are a tool, nothing more. And quite an effective one, I might add. Perhaps. But I dislike providing such unpredictable aliens with our own weaponry. Lord Bale, orcs are not unpredictable. Quite the contrary. You can rely on them to turn against you. But they will honor our agreement as long as we provide them with enemies to satiate their battle lust. If we intimidated them into doing our bidding, showed them our strength, they would take pause before betraying us. You cannot intimidate something that knows no fear. Trouble yourself no longer with the orcs. We will have what we came for and be gone before they finish with the Imperials and turn on us. Why is we talking with them Humies instead of fighting with them? Them smelly Chaos boys is weak. Not nearly enough of a challenge for the boys. If they were strong like orcs, they wouldn't need us to fight for them. We'll take their guns and their help, and when we're done chopping up all the Humies, we'll come back here and chop them up as well. Orbital
There are no
imagery shows a
squigger.
heavy concentration of orcs in the area. We must secure a location and establish a base before destroying the war boss and his clan. Combine the holy fire of the whirlwinds with the jump packs of our assault marines. Cleanse this area.
Yeah, the war boss is basically the boss of all bosses among an orc group. Well, that they are the biggest and the greenest and the strongest of the orcs.
Yeah,
And,
the only
yeah.
one above that is the warlord.
Okay, and well, like the Chaos guy said, they may be violent and everything, but they are predictable if you can give them something more interesting than you to fight. Because the worst thing you can do with an orc is just fight them straight on, because they will just they will just love that and bring it and call in more orcs to fight. The best way to fight orcs, to my knowledge, is to be an underhanded bastard. Don't give them the satisfaction of a fight. And yeah, we have two new units here. The Whirlwinds, which are our artillery units. So I'm going to put those as number 3 at the moment. And Assault Marines, which are melee specialists. And for now, let's just blast them with as much as we can. Okay, I had this before. For some reason, sometimes they get stuck with their positioning animation. And of course, they were started just outside of attack range. Okay, just attack here. Yeah, there is some way to get them out of this, but I don't remember it fully. Do I just need to tell them to attack something specific? Looks like it. Okay. Come on. Yeah, I think it has something to do with the elevation here that has it a bit iffy. But we could send the Assault Marines in because they have those jump packs to, well, jump around with. But that would be an absolutely stupid idea here because, well, they have multiple turrets up. And as good as these guys are in melee, orcs are better in melee. Oh, the idiots were on ceasefire for the cinematic. And yeah, artillery does as artillery does. As in that they are inaccurate as all hell, but deal massive damage where they do hit. They can even blind fire into Fog of War, but they will be even less accurate there. And yeah. To fit with the orc style of everything being warfare, all of their buildings start with turrets on them. Okay, you lot. Jump and finish this off. Yep.
Yeah, if you destroy a building, I think some of them will also run out.
Yeah. Might need to stop with this. Oh no, that squad was created. And I think our own units can be hit by these, so yeah, like there. So you do want to keep an eye out on that. Okay, yeah, they are losing units and morale.
Maybe jump back out of there.
Yeah. Bye-bye. Jump back units are mostly used for hit and run attacks anyways. Okay, for a moment I thought these idiots were jumping back down.
I was to say, why are you ordering them back down?
Okay, now we can send them in to finish it off. You lots, hold fire.
You almost destroyed your own unit there.
Our scouts report the war bosses in the vicinity of this location. It seems
thanks, guys.
The clan has gathered between us. They are heavily defended on this plateau. They must be eliminated to clear a path to the war boss.
Okay, something I remember from my replay is that there is somewhere on the other side here from which the orcs can look into here, but we can't look into there. So they're going to be putting their own rocket units over the edge there.
Oh.
And yeah, we lost the whirlwinds here because they couldn't come down. Okay.
An open mind is like a fortress.
That's the barracks.
Unbarred and unguarded.
Yes.
There. Let's see. Let's immediately make 2 more servitors to speed this up.
What would you
I think we have some pickpocketers and robbers around here you can do turn into servitors.
Yes, most beneficent.
You get to work on that. And servitors are also useful, not really in combat, but they can help keep your vehicles alive by repairing them. Actually, you make a listening post there. Put you lot in cover here for the eventual orc intruders.
Beneficent one.
And actually just build a bunch of turrets here immediately.
Protocol here to serve.
Because they are going to be an absolute pain in the neck for just jumping into our neck. Okay.
Oh dear.
All of them are busy.
Fucking freezing.
What? You're freezing?
Submarines are now available to us. They can be built from the chapel.
Well, I do have a flamethrower here. Is Hillyan had lucky enough not eaten?
Come on.
Oh, I still remember that one, Hill. I still remember.
So yeah. Assault Marines, they get a melter bomb, which is good against vehicles, and like I said, orc rocket troops jumping in. So let's just build a few more of these as a welcoming party. Out of power.
Yes, to serve. Beneficent
You
one.
make a few more of those.
Lion. Island. That's the word.
Yeah.
I await your instructions.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes,
that being
most
not gonna die,
beneficent
is it?
one. I exist to
Never.
Emperor protects.
Okay. Make a Space Marine squad, put them into cover. We'll put
Emperor
Gabriel.
protects.
Actually, we'll put Gabriel with these.
I shall not fail.
Alright, we can't put them with. We can't put them with the Assault Marines because Gabriel doesn't have a jump pack.
While the enemies of the Emperor
And
still draw
yes, that's the orcs' jetpack units. They literally just have a rocket strapped to their back.
You know,
What the heck?
wanna, you know, for that complete enough, you know, for that.
await your instructions.
You
Spread
seen the
completed.
orc uniforms in first edition? For was not only a spin-off game that turned into the whole Mad Max style.
shall be my brother.
But in first edition, they actually had proper clothes.
Okay.
Trouble is, the young buck ones had a clothing that would be considered offensive today.
Okay.
Something from the Second World War.
Yeah.
I will do as you ask.
For the rocket troopers of the orcs, my brain immediately went to. Have I ever seen Jackass?
I've seen a few
little bit.
episodes, or at least bits of episodes.
Because that reminded of, I think it was the second, one of the movies, might have been the second movie, I don't remember. Johnny Knoxville gets on a rocket, and it's like this,
Yes,
like
my lord.
literally it's a larger version of the rockets the orcs use as
Fear not the
as
sight.
like their own jetpacks, and my brain immediately went, hi, my name is Johnny Knoxville, welcome to Jackass, with like an orc rocket strapped to his back.
Oh, good
Of
God!
course.
That'd be horrifying. Actually, with the damn things of rockets they can make, like they have literally made a rocket with shoot out, and when it approaches the enemy, it will release barbed wires
Ow.
Yes, Lord.
with more rockets to make the barbed wires fly around even more.
Here to serve. Yes, Lord.
Okay. Even more intruders. Okay. I think that'll do at keeping them out of our
An open
back
mind
door.
is like a fortress with its
So let's push forward here.
My brother. Space Marines, advance.
Okay. You lot need to reinforce. Assault Marines need more pricey because they're more specialized. But they are really more for hit and run tactics. So if you have a bunch of normal Space Marine squads with mostly range stuff like missile launchers and heavy bolters, then it's also a good idea to keep a few squads of Assault Marines who can just jump past them into melee combat so they don't get stuck. How much I'll actually do that little strategy, we'll have to see.
Yeah.
Okay. New listening posts. Okay, Porsche. Ah. This is also something that they are good for. Just getting up in their face. So this might have been... They are not as good at dealing with buildings, I believe.
There is no such thing.
Okay, that must have been the jetpack group that jumped on them. Okay.
Awaiting orders.
Actually, capture that point for a second.
I stand
It'll probably
ready.
just be a distraction,
I
but
shall
oh
not
well.
fail.
Okay,
I
you lot.
await your instructions.
Build a turret here just for the sake of it. Yeah. And yeah, here is where they were jumping in from. You lot.
You should put some turrets up there as well.
Now, who are capturing here? Okay, that was the group that was capturing. Okay. You lots, jump there. There we go. Okay, it was complaining about not enough room.
No such thing as innocence.
And yeah, Fabio's team lost a lot there because, like I said, orcs are very strong in melee.
It's the first step on the road to disappointment.
Even with flamethrowers to disrupt their their morale. So let's up the amount that we can get. And we have just enough to start up okay, not just enough, we have enough to start an upgrade to a monastery. Okay. And yeah, like I said, these bionics upgrade the health of Space Marines teams. Space Marines, Assault Marines, Sergeants, and Scouts. And these increase their range damage. Or at least their accuracy, as it says. With accuracy basically translating directly to damage, since, well, more hits and all of that.
Yes, Lord.
Okay, you
We are
lots.
the Emperor's chosen.
Yeah. Leave that one be then. We can't send the servitor to that
No
anyways.
such thing as innocence. Only degrees of guilt.
The enemy is attacking. Never visions. Activating
Jump there. Get rid of that turret. Oh, I see what's going on. These are knobs. These are heavy infantry. Heavy orc infantry, so they aren't affected as much by the flamers. Still a good amount, but not as much. Let's increase our squad cap. And then we go make ourselves... Then we go make ourselves some plasma squads.
Machine cult is ready to be requisitioned. Build it to gain access to vehicles.
Venerate the immortal Emperor.
Faith
Okay.
and duty.
Oh yeah, we should probably explain it. We have next to the requisition points, we have squad cap. And on the squad
Yeah.
cap, we have vehicle cap.
Yeah, I've pointed that out last in the first mission as well, but yeah, always good to double check on stuff like that. Let's actually increase that as well. We could use another Space Marine squad, or two. Let's send those after them. We'll have to build a forward base eventually. Okay, that's servitors over there. Okay,
I will
attack move
destroy
over
their
there.
minds and burn their bodies.
stand ready.
And yeah, Isidore is a nice guy, as you can say, as you can hear from all the things he says, huh? Actually, let's mix this squad up a bit with some plasma. It's a mixture of flamers and plasma. Ooh. Actually retreats. We don't have anything capable of fighting a killer can at the moment. Let's actually get that upgrade. We can also get the upgrade, yeah, we can also give our normal squads grenades, but I don't really know if they're that useful.
I just remember the old rule for the orcs. It's no longer in use, but it used to be a rule for orc on the board game for the transports.
Like roll for a chance for a brawl to occur in the transport.
Oh, even better. The more orcs you can put on your transport, the more you basically you're allowed to stack as many as possible, as long as they don't fall off.
Okay, so basically Jenga with orcs.
Reverse Jenga, yes.
Oh, there's the can. Gabriel, you go pick a fight with that, because these guys are going to get shredded by that.
I think I heard there was a record of someone was able to do that with 50 orcs or something.
And yeah, Isidore here is a librarian, which basically means that he is a psychic space marine, which means that, well, he has access to psychic attacks. You want to move forwards.
We flew that dead marine far almost hit the others.
Insert in that.
Wait, insert what?
I thought you said we launched the dead marine by accident.
No. The killer can launch the dead marine and almost hit our older marines with him.
In his service.
Okay, luckily there's no impact damage or anything like that. Okay. And yeah, there you can see missile launches are inaccurate against ground troops, but they'll still knock them around.
An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded. I stand ready.
We push forwards, refill our numbers. Okay, now we have melter bombs. You lost someone. Okay, need to be a bit careful here that we don't push too far.
Oh, dear God.
In part because our flank is open. That was a bit of a waste. Attack move over this way. And of course they rebuilt that. Okay. You lots, go capture that. You go break and capture that. Nobody's walking that way, okay. Isidore, go guard there. Okay. A moment's pause. Of course, that's something that the orcs won't stomach. It's being quiet for a moment. Oh. Okay, that's an orc flamer. Did one of them shout "Eat chainsword" there?
I think they did.
Position secured.
Okay, fortify this position.
This day shall be a glorious one for the
Wait, do you want me to translate what war means?
War. In Orcish.
Actually, yes. It means war.
Wait, hang on, let me try it.
Okay, now try it without choking. Well, Rocket Boy's going for the servitors and getting mowed down.
That's so adorable, actually.
Knowledge is
It sounded like a Gretchen almost.
And that's the stream timer going off. I'll silence that for the moment. Here we have a Big Mac, not a Big Mac. or McDonald's would sue.
Then a Big Mac would be like, oh wait. No, wait.
You lots focus on that. The rest of you push forwards. Now yeah, we'll finish this fight here, and then we'll save the game and call it there. Let's see, anything I'm forgetting?
Instructions.
Put down another gun, just to be sure. Okay. I don't think we'll be busy with this game for too long. Yep. Gotta keep up their numbers.
30 streams later.
Oh, but since we've lost an entire assault marine squad, like I said, they are a bit fragile, and orcs are better in melee. They are better for disrupting than sustained fighting.
Praise the Emperor. Space Marines, advance!
Okay. Where's Isador?
What would you have?
There.
There is no such
Oh
thing
right,
as
he got.
innocence.
Okay, Isador got taken down, but luckily this isn't the type of game where X needs to survive, and they'll just respawn at the base. We saw that with Gabriel as well.
Yeah. Is that kind of glad for... In the past, we had the hero mission.
Base at this location to facilitate ready access to Space Marines.
Yes,
We will
most
need many
eminent
to ensure the war boss is
shall
dead
obey.
and buried.
I shall obey.
Okay.
Right.
Yes,
I was just
Lord.
saying is...
Yes, Lord.
Thermoplasma generators are available. They will provide us greater access to power.
Go
I
ahead.
forgot what I was to
I
say.
shall obey.
Okay. These things are similar to steam generators like we had in Impossible Creatures, in that they give a lot of energy, but they can only build on specific points, these slag deposits.
Alright. Now remember,
Yes, Lord.
in all the games, it was always awesome to have a hero.
Yes, my lord.
But usually when you got a hero, there was a...
Objective achieved.
The hero was not allowed to die. If they died, it was always game over.
Yes, Lord.
Yeah.
And it was not until around Warcraft 3-ish when that changed. Where they finally made heroes more enjoyable and useful. I still have some missions they were not allowed to die, but it was not as annoying.
Yeah. Also, this didn't get announced, but we do have this as a new upgrade that we can do at the listening posts. Escalate engagement research. Basically, this will increase the amount of requisition that all listening posts produce at the cost for at a pretty high energy cost. But we've already got 2,500 of that, so it's more than affordable. But
Nice.
we'll make a forward base here, already building the machine cult here for vehicles.
Whirlwinds and their long-range artillery are being made available. Build them from the machine cult.
And yeah, having a good amount of vehicles is going to be very useful, well, in any case. So yeah, I'll just queue those up. And yeah, that's most of our forward
While
base
the
here
enemies of
built.
the Emperor
We'll still have to make a
draw breath,
barracks,
there will be no peace.
because we are going to have losses. But other than that, I think we can save the game there. Stream 1. And that'll be that for today. So let's head on out. And yeah, what do you what do you think so far?
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. I think this game introduced a hell of a lot of people to the Warhammer 40k franchise.
Oh yeah. I mean, to clarify this, I don't want to live in it.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's a horrible world. fun games, but yeah, if you think if you want to live in this world, I would be just be concerned.
Also, just the theming in this game everywhere. Cowards die in shame. Okay. Yep, something falling down. But yeah. We'll continue with this game on Thursday, and the thing with the Warhammer 40k license, for gaming at least, is that they go at it with a freaking Gatling gun rate. Like, they will give the license to basically everyone who will ask for it, which means that you get a fuck ton of bad games, but it also means that when they do get a good game made, it really stands out from the crowd.
Yeah. First time I hear someone use a Gatling. Most people, actually, many YouTubers just use the term shotgun.
Yeah, but to say that would be an understatement for Warhammer 40k, I think. So they deserve their own term on that.
I think shotgun was correct in the past, but Gatling gun might be a bit more correct now.
Okay. For now, though, before we end the stream... go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say they effectively like fucking give the IP. Games Workshop gives the IP to anyone, and they just sort of go nuts. And you have good games, bad games, somewhere in between, and old school. And also amongst the good games are at least the first and second Dawn of War, Space Marine, Bolt Gun,
Mechanicus. There were two space combat games as well. I've forgotten their names.
I remember them. Battlefield Gothic, I think. It was something Gothic.
Yeah.
Gothic Armada.
Yeah, Gothic Armada. That was the two.
Thank you, Rom.
And then there's also Warhammer 40k Dark Tide, which... Well, the thing with Fat Shark, the developers, is that they can never release a game in a fully great state, but they do keep working on it, because from what I understand, Vermintide 2 was absolutely horrible at its launch, but it's now considered one of the best games, one of the best co-op fighting games ever.
And I
And
really gotta upgrade my PC. I really want to play Dark Tide.
yeah, it takes getting used to, and Darktide is still getting worked on. Next month they are actually going to do a rework of the classes to make it more a skill tree than just a skill stump, to call it that. So that'll definitely kick a lot of new life into that. And I would never be against streaming that. So it sort of lacks an overarching main story. Like, there is a story as you go through the levels, but it's more like little snippets instead of a full story. Anyways, to clarify a bit, we'll be streaming Dawn of War 1, 2, its expansions, and we'll end it there, because Dawn of War 3 is considered the black sheep of the considered the black sheep of the series, and also considered to have killed off the series. Thanks for that. And yeah, after that we'll see what we'll jump to then. Yep, actually, I think we said Sonic after Warhammer.
Yeah, I think we did. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Dawn of War series -3. And then we'll move on to Sonic, which probably won't be for a while, since the Dawn of War 2s can take a bit more time, since they're completely different styles. But yeah, for now, let's see who is online so we can rate them. We have Lil Tree Live, who is playing... I almost mixed playing and streaming into one word there. They're playing Dead by Daylight. SloopTube and Nico are doing art. Coradust is playing Overwatch. I refuse to call that Overwatch 2 from now on, because it's basically just Overwatch with a thin layer of paint on it, and it's dying anyways.
You want to know who are the hardest working people in Overwatch right now?
Yeah, the porn makers.
Exactly. Anyways, I'm just gonna go to bed. You guys have fun later.
Okay, see ya, and thank you for being
Hey,
here.
Rom. And
Yeah.
yeah, thank you for being here and sleep well.
Okay. Next up, we have Jimmy McGinger with Final Fantasy V. I'm a flanker with Ready or Not. Graham the Wolf is playing Baldur's Gate 3. Don't think we've seen them in a bit. Shale Valkyrie is playing Pokemon Scarlet/Violet. Halloween with Valkyria Chronicles 4. Touch Scalytail is playing Mahjong Soul. The heck is that? I know what Mahjong is, but is this some sort of... Okay, for one, it seems to be it's competitive Mahjong. Okay, yeah, I've never played Mahjong. I just completely do not know how the heck they even play that. And moving on, we have Smoops Other Nonsense, who is playing Project Zomboid again. It seems like 50% of the time they are playing that when they are online.
Of late, yeah.
Okay. Any of those to raid, or shall we look for someone else? I'm not seeing any 40k or Warhammer stuff in the recommended and such.
Did we raid Halloween recently?
Not sure. Let's see, there's someone here called codenamed Ferret who is streaming Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl.
You know what? Why not raid them for? We ought to stream this game in the future, aren't we?
At least one of the Stalker games, Call of Pripyat. The first one I actually never managed to finish. I would be up for trying to. At some point. Maybe I'll probably play through it solo first, offline. This can only be played solo. I'll probably first play through it on my own time to be able to make sure that I can even finish it in the first place. But Call of Pripyat, that one will certainly play eventually. Clear Sky, from what I've heard, beyond its glitchiness, it's actually not that fun of a game, I believe, so we will be skipping that one for sure. Yeah. Copying the name, heading to our place, /raid and paste. But before we start that, of course, thank you everyone who has been watching now or later. Thank you Glacier Boy, thank you Brum Mac, thank you Sensei, and thank you Tatum for lurking, I see you there. And thank you Foofy as well, almost missed them. And of course, thank you as always, Vakir, and extra thanks to Ram for joining in.
You're welcome as always, my friend.
And yeah, I don't know if people changed their chat name colors or something to green on purpose, but I think it's kind of fitting that nearly everyone who chatted today had green over there. Anyways, let's get that raid started. No blocks, okay. So yeah, continuing on Thursday, maybe multiplayer stream with Borderlands tomorrow, maybe not. We'll have to see if nothing comes up last minute and such. I will never say that there will be a stream for certain at certain times, because, you know, when you say that, there's certainly something going to get in the way. But yeah. For now though, yeah, thank you all again for watching, and until next time, have a nice day, and until then.
Be safe for one, and watch out for squigs.
Yep.
Thank you.